Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talkin' Manpower. I'm Corey, and today I've got a very special guest with me. I've got Dr. Ayanna Lenard, who is with the CP26 Proponency Office, and she's working on updating Army Regulation 570-4. Dr. Lenard, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure to be here.
So what is Army Regulation 570-4? Could you explain it to our audience?
Absolutely. AR 570-4 is our go-to regulatory guidance for the Army in terms of how we conduct manpower. This is what the CP26 community uses. It gives us our ins and outs in terms of how we do budgeting, planning, execution, all the way to our total force workforce management.
So why is this document important?
This document is very important, one, because it tells us how we need to manage our workforce. And with so many different things going on across DoD, it's very critical for force managers to have a policy document that tells them, strategically, how do we handle our workforce for the future. So it's a very important document.
So, I understand that you're in the process of updating the regulation. So can you please explain to our audience why does this document need to be updated?
Well, the document has not been updated since 2006. And in 2006, during that revision, it spoke to material weaknesses. So it was only specific to certain areas of the regulation, and so we felt that it was time to really do an exhaustive examination of the entire regulation, examine the processes, examine roles and responsibilities, to look from a strategic standpoint, what should we keep, what's relevant to today, is there anything that's duplicative that we need to remove. And so that's exactly what we've done today, so that we can produce a document that's useful to the field.
So, without getting into the weeds here, because I'm sure it's a very complicated process, it sounds very complicated and very intensive. So what are some of the major changes in the regulation so far?
This document is going to be very different than what the field is accustomed to seeing. One of the major changes they can anticipate is we've separated policy from procedure. And so there's going to be a new product, which is the ARDA pamphlet, The pamphlet will carry all of the procedural information. So all of the how-to, all of the prescriptive information for manpower management will go into the DA PAM, from things like requirements determination, workload management, mobilization, awards, things of that nature, manpower reports. They can anticipate to see the how-to in the pamphlet. And then leaving policy for the Army regulation. So it's going to be very streamlined, not as long as the first regulation from 2006.
So obviously, things can change in an instant here at the headquarters level, depending on mission requirements and things like that. And I know there's many different layers that you have to hit when you're updating regulation. So I don't want to put you on the spot here, but when can Manpower and Force Managers tentatively expect AR 570-4 to be released?
I'm so glad that you used the word tentatively. As you mentioned, there are many different layers and touch points that's a part of this process, but our anticipated goal is to complete the document by the end of calendar year 2016. Have a document that's strong, that's polished, one that the field can truly understand and implement in the future.
Well, Dr. Lenard, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule and reviewing AR 570-4 for Manpower and Force Managers. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
That was Dr. Ayanna Lenard from the CP26 Proponency Office talking about the updating of Army Regulation 570-4. Well, everyone, that's all we have for this edition of Talkin' Manpower. I'm Corey. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for listening, and we look forward to our next segment. In the meantime, feel free to like CP26 on Facebook, which is facebook.com/ArmyCP26, for the most up-to-date news and information from Career Program 26, Manpower and Force Managers. Until next time, have a great Army Day.